So there is this part of the brain called the amygdala. I won't go into too much detail about it, but this is the part of the brain that will make thoughts like, oh, it's cold outside, so like I can really jog to the gym. Or something like, oh, I can't really go talk to that girl because she looks kind of busy. So this part of the brain, the amygdala, is the part of the brain that makes the best excuses. It rationalizes weakness and is the part of the brain that you need to ignore most in order to boost your discipline. Now first let's define discipline, because I think the Google version of it is just a bunch of BS. Discipline is doing the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Now I stole this for a quote from Hamza, but the amygdala and its excuses directly counter this quote. And if you have problems with your ego like me, it's even more prominent, or the excuses are even more believable in a way, or you fall for them more. Because let's say, for example, you're scrolling on Instagram and you see this guy doing clapping push-up and you think, wow, that's cool, I want to build up to those. So you go on YouTube and search how to build up to clapping push-ups. They say first master push-ups, then explosive push-ups, then clapping push-ups. But there's a problem. You can't even do a single push-up. Or let's give you the benefit of the doubt and say you can only do one, but that doesn't help either, because you still have to build up to explosive push-ups, and doing one each set won't really help that much. So I go onto YouTube and search how to build up onto push-ups, and you find out the only way to do that is kneeling push-ups or negatives. And since you have an ego, you think you're above that. So the moment your amygdala tells you, oh no, push-ups won't even do anything for my life, you just take that excuse because your ego doesn't want to take the hit that you have to do kneeling push-ups or negatives. So it is very difficult to ignore the amygdala, but over time it will get easier and easier, but it never just goes away as you get more advanced, but it does get easier and easier to ignore the amygdala. But in order to sort through your thoughts, because most people think that the thoughts that go through their minds are the thoughts that are thought by like the logical conscious brain, not realizing that some subconscious part of the brains actually think stuff that you register as your own thoughts. But knowing that, you need to be aware of which thoughts are actually your subconscious logical thoughts and from the amygdala or some other part of the brain. And in order to be that aware, you would need to improve your awareness, like self-awareness, your presentness, your ability to be present, like in the present moment. And personally, I do that through meditation. So what I like to do when my amygdala starts talking too much, I just put it down. Like, I'm just like straightforward with it. Like, let's say I want to go to the gym. Oh no, you can't go to the gym today because like you've been gymming for 5 days out of 7. When you finna recover? Because if you go to the gym today, that only leaves Sunday as a rest day. Like, when you gonna recover? I'm like, shut up, you little pussy. Go play some video games or something. Like, it all happens in my mind. I don't like say it out loud, but it's just like something I like to do. I call it a little pussy. I call it bitch. I call it all kind of real words, and I tell it to shut up and go play some video games, something else, smoke some, I don't know, go do something else, just shut up. That's just what I like to say to it. But some other people, let's say your amygdala says, oh no, don't go talk to that girl because she's kind of busy and she might be pissed off that you might be disturbing her. Some people, like the guy from the channel Far From Rick, he says he likes to say, watch me. Like the amygdala says, don't go talk to the girl because of A, B, C, D. He just says in his mind, oh, watch me. Then he goes ahead and does exactly the opposite what the amygdala tells him not to do. So those are just some practices you can use that I think are really good. But there is this practice that was introduced to me by one of Hamza's videos, which is by when your amygdala makes an excuse, you just mock it just in a like pussy little voice. So like you'd never take yourself seriously. Like I personally, when I use this tactic, I think of it, I don't say it out loud because I'm usually around people. But let's say you think of approaching your crush, or yeah, you think of approaching your crush, then you're like, amygdala is like, oh no. Like you think in your brain, your amygdala thinks, oh no, I can't approach that girl because she seems kind of busy right now. When you're saying it in your deep masculine voice, you take yourself seriously. But when you say it in a pussy voice, like I love pussy voice, like like you say it like, oh no, I can't go talk to her because she seems a little busy right now, or something like that. You wouldn't take yourself seriously. So you'd end up doing it, or you'd more likely end up doing it than not. So that's just a practice that I got from Hamza, and it's a pretty neat one. So if you found this video of any value to you, don't let your amygdala tell you otherwise, but subscribing and sharing to any friends who you think might benefit from this video. I'll keep you posted.